What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon MLB DFS video. We are back with another video. It's Saturday, massive slate, 16 games to go over. We got one doubleheader, Cubs-Cardinals doubleheader here, so we're very excited. Ton of baseball today. Awesome, great Saturday for you guys. If you're new to the channel, sometimes it seems like Saturdays we have a ton of new people coming. Welcome to the channel. Trying to build this audience up. Like I said in the video yesterday, we're on the road to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. We only need about 90,400. So we're very close. We're super close. I know we're going to get it. We're on that road to 100,000, and you guys can help us out. So if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, you find this video a little bit helpful, hit that subscribe button for us. Very much appreciated. Again, I'm the only one doing the website. I'm the only one doing the videos. I actually have someone who reached out who wants to get into the DFS business. So he is going to give us hopefully some content on the website or content to make a video here for you guys just to get his feet wet, just to get started. Kind of excited about it. I want to help you guys. That is what we're here for, to make you a better DFS player. Whether or not it's a player or a provider, whatever it is, if we can help you, I want to help you. So, description of this video, we've got the link to our sponsor, which is Outlier, which we will talk about later on in the video. The link to this article right here. So we're going to go over everything. You probably have seen the videos a little bit longer than what you're used to for DFS. Well, we go through everything. We go through all the pitchers, all of the batters. We have giveaways. We do it all. But if you need an abbreviated version, the article, click the link down below. We'll have a few pitchers that we like and about 5 plays at each position until you get to outfield, and we have more plays that we like. So those are just some of the plays. Towards the end of the video, we're going to do the Pitches Be Crazy segment, which you guys seem to love. And if you didn't see yesterday, I did a separate breakdown of even more pitchers for Pitches Be Crazy with Outlier yesterday. So if you liked that, let me know, and I will try to do that every single day. So we've obviously got sat today and tomorrow, and then it's the All-Star break through till Friday. If you're new to the channel, you don't know the news, but if you are here, you know. I'm having a kid at the very latest on Thursday. It's supposed to be Thursday. It could come anytime. So probably not going to have content next weekend for videos, at least. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the algorithm here on YouTube. I know it's very touchy, but I will try, and I say this, I will try to get content on the website for you throughout the week. If for whatever reason I cannot, aka I have a child and I need to take care of said newborn child, prodigy, then however many days I miss, I will add that to your FTA Plus membership at the end. So just kind of wanted to bring that to your guys' attention for anyone who is new to the channel. But FTA Plus, currently MLB, NASCAR, PGA. We've got MMA today as well. Check that out. MMA, I think, is 5 p.m. Central, 6 Eastern, or an hour before. Check that content out. We've got under the we got cheat sheet, DFS results from last year. We've got prop bets as well, and we have simulations. So all of that is there. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. But like I said, new to the channel, we have giveaways every single day. Easy to enter. They're free to enter as well. First way to win, like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. If we get at least 50 likes on every single video, or this video, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. 100 likes is a chance at a free $30 a month. 150 likes is a chance at a $200 yearly pass. And if we get 200 or more likes on any video, you have a chance to win a $500 lifetime pass. So we are going to give away a lifetime pass when we hit that 10,000 YouTube subscriber mark. So let's keep the train rolling. Let's see who the 2 winners are. So that was the first way. The second way, there's going to be a comment, a keyword somewhere in this video. When you hear that, type that out. You have a chance to win. So we are going to roll this twice. 2 winners every single video. We're going to roll the first one. Even if it has the keyword, we're still going to re-roll it. And we have multiple people win multiple days in a row. Kurt Mahler has won multiple times. So congratulations, Kurt. Just email me your username for the website, and we will get you set up for that free week because we did have 76 likes on yesterday's video. I did get it out a little bit later than normal, so it's a little bit lower amount of views and likes, that's on me. I was very busy doing baby stuff. So congratulations, Kurt. Now I will re-roll this. Kurt did not have the keyword from yesterday, so we will re-roll it until we see the keyword, which was Friday. So we will see who the winner is for this one. Let's go. Best in the Biz did not have the keyword. James Thompson did not have the keyword, so we are going to re-roll it yet again and see who the winner is. Jay Neville 23 Friday. Congratulations, Jay. Email me dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1 at gmail.com. If you have a username on the website, let me know it. If you do not, let me know a username and email you would like to use, and we will get you set up for that free week. And it's that easy. It is that easy. So like I said, 16 games, breaking it down, gonna start right now. So, a little bit of weather. We should be good. Coming in, we got Justin Robleski versus Kiter Montero. So Robleski comes in against Detroit. 7.20 ERA, already faced Milwaukee once, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Not the best. Detroit put up some runs yesterday on the Dodgers. They put up 10 runs on Cleveland on Thursday. They are hitting well. I do not trust him. I do like Detroit bats here a little bit. I'm not going to take pitching in this one, especially with a 3-game slate here. The pitching's not the best. You've got Luis Ortiz, and we've not used him before, which is wild, but game log wise, 295, doesn't go deep into games. He's gone 6 innings a couple of times, but other than that, normally he had an opener, but it looks like maybe he's not going to have that opener anymore because he actually has been pitching well. This is a good matchup for him here. So, looking at Detroit versus the Dodgers, the Detroit bats that I would look at, just taking a peek on here. Give me a second. Taking a peek against Robleski, which I'm not trusting him. He is a cheap option. I do not trust him. I'd rather take the Detroit Lions. I'd rather take Detroit bats here. Kind of looking at this, obviously never faced Robleski before, but the batters that have success against left-handed pitching, Mark Canha is one that I want to take. He had a good Friday for us. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs out of there. Andy Ibanez against left-handed pitching, 394 batting average, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. So they just saw James Paxton, who was a lefty on Friday. Now they get another lefty here. Whether or not he goes deep in the game and then maybe gets the bullpen, we don't know. But I like this matchup for these bats here. Another one would be Matt Vierling, batting 266 with 2 bombs. And then if we are looking for another one, Justin Henry Malloy, batting 385 with a home run. You got Winfield Perez, batting 281 with a home run as well. I do not mind these guys at all if I'm looking for a Detroit stack there. Then we've got Kiter Montero coming in 4.64 ERA. Splits-wise, he's obviously not faced the Dodgers this year. Pitching at home, 3 games, 2 of them started, 5.40 ERA, so it is up there with a little elevated ERA. A couple of starts. Tournaments, maybe we throw them in there because the Dodgers have kind of been lackluster. But again, the Dodgers are a fantastic hitting team. I'm scared to use pitchers against them, really. Freddie Freeman's got great numbers, 321 against right-handed pitching with 10 bombs. Had a home run yesterday as well. Definitely look at him. Miguel Rojas, if he starts, 292 batting average. I don't mind him. Obviously, Shohei against righties, batting 320 with 21 bombs, 48 RBIs. Big domination out of him there. So, I'm not taking the pitching in this one. I am taking the bats in this game. And before we get to the next game, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, you got 3 videos out in one day. You must be just amazing. You must have so much free time. I don't. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. But I'm giving the videos out to you guys. So all I ask in return, just like the video, subscribe, please share the video out there. This is a means of money to my growing family. Clicking on the ads, I know they're annoying, but it helps out way more than you know. So thank you so much for anyone who does donate to us, signs up for FTA Plus. It's $10 for a week. It's very easy. We are going to start NFL content very soon. if you guys like it, let me know. But I am looking at putting out like top 25s at each position. Not quarterbacks, but if that's something you're interested in, I might drop those videos soon. Let me know. I need to know if that's something you guys are interested in. So, that being said, next game, we've got Luis Ortiz versus Chris Flexen. If Ortiz goes deep and he doesn't have an opener, I don't mind him at all against this Chicago team. I would look at him. Really not looking at bats at the moment. I kind of don't mind Chris Flexen either for tournaments. I think both of these pitchers are a tournament pitcher. I don't trust them in cash. Maybe we'll break it down a little bit for Pitches Be Crazy and getting the hit rates for pitchers and digging in with that. So there'll probably be another video on here. So make sure you look to see if we do have a video, which I'm assuming we're going to. Depending on when you watch this video, it might already be out there. So if you're one that watches these videos a little bit later, it's probably already out there. But I'm trying to give you guys as much content as possible every single day. A ton of it is free. I get that. But there are some paid content on the website. So if you are interested, go check out the website. Go check out everything in the description down below. So at the moment, the bats don't jump out to me. But at the end of the video, we're going to go over the top 10 bats after 10,000 simulations because we do 20,000 a day. And maybe some of these bats will show up. Probably not, but you never know. It is running in the background right now, so I can't tell you if it's there or not. So pitching, I'll take the pitching in this one. I'm not taking the bats. And then Cubs at the Cardinals, we don't know who's going to be pitching. We know who's going to be pitching for the Cardinals, but at the moment, we think it's going to be Javier Assad. Don't know if it's going to be the first game. Don't know if it's going to be the second game. That is the problem. We do have Lance Lynn here going up against Chicago. 4.48 ERA. We actually took Washington as a stack against him last start. 10 runs. Or 11 runs, 10 earned. He absolutely got demolished. I'm not going to say he's going to do that again, obviously. He has not faced the Cubs this year already, but if you look in his career, only 38 plate appearances, 333. I'm probably looking at Cubs bats in this one. Lance Lynn's got some good stuff, but I don't know if it's going to factor into this game here. I'm a little bit scared to have it actually factor in here. And this game's at 2:15. I'd probably look at Cubs bats, but again, kind of got to wait for all the news to come out, how the weather's going to be. Looking at this game, probably looking at Michael Busch, probably looking at Ian Happ, Nico Horner. Who else would you be looking at Cubs-wise? Suzuki, I would definitely look at. Morel is another one. Dansby Swanson, probably the only ones I'd look at. Again, we could be wrong. This is where I'll tell you, when I'm right or wrong, I'll let you know. I don't love this early slate, but I want to break everything down for you so you guys can see exactly what we bring to the table. So looking at this, pitching-wise, I'm not using Lance Lynn. It might be Assad, it might not. We kind of got to wait on news here. But when that news comes out, our projections will update, our simulations will update, everything will update there. So that is the early 3-game or turbo slate done. Now we have an 8-game early slate. This is kind of how Saturdays go. The slates are a little bit, like the early ones are a little bit weird. They're at 3:05, but we have a ton. But we do have some weather concerns here. Weather in Philly, weather in Boston. And I think that was it. That's it for the early slate. So now we're going to look at that. Oakland, Philly, neither pitcher has seen each other before. Mitch Spence comes in here. You know, we don't have a ton of information on him. Like, we have more information, but 4.29 ERA. Going up against Philly, I don't want him. I would rather take Philly bats. I would look at Kyle Schwarber leading off. Would not be surprised if he leads this game off with a home run if the weather holds up. Love me some Bryce Harper. Love me Trey Turner. Alec Boehme is another one that I would look at. Flip side of that, having not really known much about Phillips here, 2.25 ERA, 4 innings against Atlanta. Don't know if he's going to go deeper into games. No walks, 7 Ks, had good numbers there. I think Oakland might be a sneaky stack today. We had a little bit of it yesterday too. So in the description of this video is our link to our Discord. There we do core plays, either early core, main slate. We do stacks, we do hitters we like. We've got it all. Oakland was one of those stacks that I didn't mind. Shea Langoliers, I don't mind here. If you want a cheap option, Miguel Andujar, I don't mind Miguel Andujar either. Then we get into Daz Cameron. Now, Daz Cameron leading off, I don't mind, okay? Only batting 135 here against righties, but he would be such a cheap option if you want to stack. McCann is another one, batting 295 against right-handed pitching with 4 home runs. I don't mind that. I think Oakland will be a sneaky stack here. Philly obviously is that #1 stack, but Oakland could be a sneaky stack. Okay, Yankees at the Orioles. You got Luis Gil, who had a little run of bad starts, got back on track his last start, versus Grayson Rodriguez. Now, they just, I want to say, faced each other not too long ago. Yeah, he got lit up. Luis Gil, that started his little run of not good games against Baltimore. In New York, he's faced him twice this year. One start did well. The other start, he did not get out of the second inning, and he gave up 7 earned runs. But the start prior to that, in Baltimore, in this ballpark, 2-0, 6.1 innings, 5 Ks, 1 walk, 26.5 fantasy points. He is $1,000 more there, but if the Yankees can hit and give him run support, I think he could match what Cole did yesterday. So I do not mind Luis Gil. I think people are going to see that he, 7 earned runs in that one game. Again, though, Yankee Stadium is a little unforgiving. This stadium a little bit more forgiving for pitchers. So I do not mind Luis Gil. Then we got Grayson Rodriguez. He's the most expensive pitcher on this early slate. Splits-wise, 1 game against the Yankees, 5.2 innings, 5 hits allowed, no earned runs. Did have low amount of strikes of 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. Now, if we are looking at bats in this game, let's say you don't trust the bats or the pitching at all, and you want to go just strictly bats out of both teams, I'm kind of okay with that. So I don't know why Aaron Boone keeps trotting out DJ LeMahieu. I have no idea why. Not a clue. I do not like him. I'm not putting him in DFS. Ben Rice, if he's batting cleanup, batting 280 against right-handed pitching with 4 bombs, I don't mind him. Austin Wells, if he's in there, he's only batting 210, but he's got 5 bombs. Obviously, Judge with another home run. Soto, those are givens if you are stacking the Yankees. But one who just got called up, who should start over DJ LeMahieu is, let's see if he's even actually available yet. DraftKings should have. Okay, Jorbit Vivas, 2,000 minimum. Got called up, did not play right off the bat, which makes no sense. He got called up because J.D. Davis had a tummy ache. So Davis went on the IL, then Jorbit came up. Hopefully he plays. He would be a cheap option, a lefty bat here against a righty pitcher. It's a little bit easier to hit home run towards right field than it is left field here. Cheap option, especially if you're trying to stack the Yankees. I do not mind that at all. Baltimore bats against Luis Gil. Only 1 home run, which was Cedric Mullins, who's batting 167. But if we look at the batters who have current success against right-handed pitching this year, Gunnar Henderson batting 308, 22 home runs. So 22 of his 27 have come against right-handed pitching. Ryan O'Hearn, 280 batting average, 11 home runs. Jordan Westberg, 299 batting average, 11 home runs there. Cedric Mullins, 232 batting average, hits lefties a little bit better, 9 home runs, and he already has one there. And then Anthony Santander, usually mashes, 232 batting average, but has 17 home runs against right-handed pitching. I do not mind them there. I think both of the pitchers are tournament only. I kind of like the bats a little bit more. I want to get a little bit of salary saving with Vivas, but, I mean, Baltimore, you're not going to really salary save much, but a stack of them, I don't mind that at all. Then we got the Royals at the Red Sox. Weather being a concern here, kind of look out. Seth Lugo versus Cutter Crawford. This could be a pitching duel. Give me a second, I just accidentally exited. Okay, so like I was saying, it could be a pitcher's duel or not, depending on what the weather's doing here. But we look at this. We've got Seth Lugo coming in 9,500, 2.21 ERA. Splits-wise, he has not faced Boston this year. We look at this. His strikeouts, 5 at Colorado. I mean, he actually had a decent game in Colorado, but against Cleveland had 10 strikeouts. 8.84. I mean, we're going to break down the strikeouts for the pitchers we like. Technically, Seth Lugo has the 3rd best matchup here against Boston for strikeouts. So what are we looking at? we'll break it down in that other video. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you guys know when these go live, and we will check out those videos when it is live. But great numbers, 110 strikeouts. He's got the strikeouts. Boston likes to strike out. We will break that down. I do not mind Seth Lugo here at 9,500. Save a little bit of money off of the 9,700 from Rodriguez. A little bit better matchup. But on the flip side of that, Cutter Crawford. It's wild what he was able to do, but he absolutely murdered the Yankees. 7 innings and only 68 pitches. The fact that they pulled him and he only had 68 pitches is crazy. No walks, only 4 strikeouts. So the strikeouts were low for him. Kansas City, they don't strike out a ton. I think they're the second lowest amount of strikeouts of any team. So they don't strike out a ton. That's the one thing that I'm a little bit scared of because the strikeouts are big for him. And Kansas City can hit. And we saw that like yesterday. Bobby Witt Jr. had a home run yesterday. Sal Perez had a pretty good game, multiple RBIs. You got Vinny Pasquantino, all these guys I would look at. I would also look at Michael Massey if I am stacking the Royals. So if we think Seth Lugo's not going to have a good game and you want to look at Baltimore bats instead, I'm okay with that as well. It really just depends on which bats you think are going to have success tonight. So the Boston bats that hit right-handed pitching well, Rafi, 18 home runs, batting .316. David Hamilton, 5 home runs, batting .284. You got Wilyer Abreu, 8 home runs, batting .277. These are great numbers. Jarren Duran, .291 batting average, 9 home runs. I would not be surprised if Jarren Duran is in the top 3 of the top 10 batters after 10,000 simulations. It's just everything is lining up for him. Would not be surprised whatsoever at all. So, Crawford, I don't know if I want to use him. Maybe tournaments. I don't know if I trust him enough in cash. Then we get the Rockies at the Mets. We had Shamanai yesterday. We did not have Harrison Bader, and we did not have Jose Iglesias, who had multiple home runs apiece. That's what stinks. We had Pete Alonso. We had Lindor. And that's kind of where this is kind of how DFS goes. You can be on the right team to stack, but then it's that Harrison Bader with 2 home runs. It's Jose Iglesias with 2 home runs. You can't predict that. That is kind of, and I love when people say horrible picks. That pin of shame last week or early this week, whenever it was, hasn't come back yet. But we were on the right track with a stack. We didn't have those guys. So if you did, I want to know, did you guys have Jose Iglesias and Harrison Bader? And how did your lineups go if you had those guys? Rockies at the Mets, though. Ryan Feltner versus Christian Scott. I don't really want either pitcher. Tournament, Christian Scott I'm okay with. I don't want Feltner much. So we actually... Oh, wrong one. We were off Feltner the last time. And then people in the Discord were like, I kind of like Feltner a little bit. So we looked at it. And some people used him. Now, he went 7 innings, only gave up 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 6 strikeouts. He had a good game for that. It was enough. At 5,500, 21.6. Tournaments, Ryan Feltner in this ballpark, which is a massive ballpark. It is a pitcher's park. If you don't believe me, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, MLB tab, go to ballpark ratings, and look how many home runs are here, and so on and so forth. I don't mind Feltner here for tournaments. Does have a higher ERA. I know it would be in hopes that he strikes out people here to get a little bit of salary relief at 5,900. If we're not using him, it would be the Mets bats. It would be Lindor. It would be Alonso. It would be Harrison Bader, who has been killing it lately. And then depending on who's the other one, it could be Brandon Nimmo. It could be Jose Iglesias if he's in there, because he is still a cheap option here as well. So I do not mind that whatsoever. Next game, we've got the Guardians at the Rays. You've got Gavin Williams versus Zach Littell. So Gavin Williams, 7,800. Splits-wise, has not faced Tampa Bay this year. On the road, I mean, he's only had 2 starts, and First one was not ideal. 4.82 ERA. On the road, he was good. Goes up against Tampa Bay. Not like the sexiest of a matchup for him, especially at 7,800 because he is 7,800. So I don't like his price. I could be wrong. Let me know if you're using him, but I'm probably not using Gavin Williams at all. I don't love Tampa Bay bats all the time, but we could look at them. The ones that do have success against right-handed pitching. Ben Rortvedt, 150 at-bats, 287 average. I just found out one of my best friends is apparently a distant relative to him through his aunt, which I guess that's cool. But 287 batting average. Couldn't do that for the Yankees. Always hurt. But if he is in there, he'd be a cheap catching option for the day. But like a lot of them don't hit like right-handed pitching very well. Like Series bat 197. DeLuca's batting 188, or Rosarena batting 199. Like, I don't mind Gavin Williams for tournaments. I think people are going to be off of him because he's got a 482. He's had one bad start. Tournament-wise, Gavin Williams, I'm okay with. It's the Zach Littell that I don't know what to get out of him. We haven't used him much. We've used him a couple of times, I will admit. We haven't used him much, though. 4.44 ERA, has not faced Cleveland this year. Coming off a terrible start against Texas where he went 4 innings. So he's going like 4 to 5 innings. He's had a couple of good starts, but then he's had these negative starts that have been very, very bad. And Cleveland's a very good team. I'm probably sticking with Cleveland here as the better stack. Josh Naylor, obviously, made a fantastic play at first base yesterday. Jose Ramirez is another one. Stephen Kwan is another one. Still batting 341 against right-handed pitching. I love that matchup for him. You could look at Angel Martinez, or you could look at Andres Jimenez. I don't think it matters too much there. So I don't mind some of these plays. Probably not using Littell. Maybe Gavin Williams for tournaments. Cleveland would be my stack in this game. Rangers at the Astros got Nate Eovaldi versus Spencer, Mr. Spaghetti. Eovaldi's the second highest priced pitcher at 9,600, 3.10 ERA. Game logs coming off back-to-back really good starts, one against Tampa Bay, one against San Diego. He's already faced Houston once this year, got the loss, went 6 innings, but gave up 5 runs, all of them earned, and 3 strikeouts. The Astros just don't strike out that much. I'm probably fading Eovaldi just because the numbers aren't good. If Jordan is in there, I don't know if he will be, but if he is, he's got great numbers against Eovaldi too. So I'm probably off of Eovaldi because I just don't want to pay that much against an Astros team that we know can hit. And they're starting to come around. They're starting to hit. Scares me a little bit to use them. So the Astros bats that I would use, like I said, if Jordan is in there, I want Jordan. Altuve batting 296 with 10 bombs. I want him in there. John Singleton would be a cheap option. Joey Loperfido batting 304. I don't know if he's going to be in there. But if he is a cheap option in an Astro stack that might go under owned today. Bregman's another one, 272 batting average with 8 home runs. So I do not mind them. But personally, now he could go off, but I'm fading Eovaldi because he's too high priced for me. And the Astros just are not hitting. They don't strike out very much. That's the big problem. Then we got Arrighetti. 5.96 ERA already. Game logs, a couple of bad starts. One against Minnesota, one against Toronto. Dominated Colorado. Bad, decent, bad, decent. I'm off of Mr. Spaghetti here. I'd rather take the Texas bats against him. So they haven't faced him, but the bats that have success, Jonah Heim, 5 home runs, 255 batting average. Corey Seager, always got to get Corey Seager in there if he is facing a pitcher at all. Righty, lefty, does not matter. He would be in there. Wyatt Langford batting 259, but I'm still getting him in there because he's got the power and he's got the speed. It's got everything he needs. If Josh Smith is somehow in there, I don't mind him as a cheap option for a Texas stack. So I'm avoiding both of these pitchers. I'm looking at the bats pretty much. I mean, Seager just had a home run on Friday. Big bat, guys. Huge bat. This is what I'm talking about. Love it or leave it. This is where we're at. So Pitching-wise, no. Bats, I give the advantage to the Astros a little bit, but I think this could be it could be a high-scoring game. I could see both ways. Then we got the Marlins at the Reds as the next game. You've got Edward Cabrera making his second start off the IL. Yeah, he went 2 months in between. Didn't really do much. Didn't go deep into the game there. We did stack the White Sox against him. Did get 2 earned runs, but didn't do much there. 82 pitches and 3.2. So if he gets up there, you know, with the pitch count, I don't mind anything whatsoever. I'm probably not using Edward Cabrera at all. I'm definitely using, definitely going to go ahead and use Cincy bats here. I don't trust Miami bats as much. I would rather focus on Cincinnati bats and go from there. And that's kind of, if we're targeting this game, Cincy is the way to go, I think. But again, like Andrew Abbott, very up and downs, never faced them before, which is okay. If we look at Cincy bats against Edward Cabrera, Candelario's 2 for 2. But Ellie De La Cruz, Candelario, I would look at. I would look at Jonathan India. Rhys Hines, still cheap. Let's see how cheap he is. He had a grand slam yesterday. Rhys Hines, 3,300. You got to get him in there. Had a grand slam on Friday. Those would be the options that I would definitely look at there. And then the flip side, if you think Andrew Abbott's not going to have a good game, even though it comes in 3.06 ERA, having not faced Miami, coming off a fantastic game against Colorado with 8 Ks, struck out 10 Boston. Decent numbers here, 8,500. I don't mind. But if we are looking at Miami bats against a left-handed pitcher, there's not a ton. I mean, Jazz batting 267. Brian De La Cruz is one. Jesus Sanchez had a home run yesterday, but against lefties, .091 batting average. So I don't mind Andrew Abbott, and I don't mind Cincinnati as a stack here. Then we got Washington at Milwaukee. We got Mitchell Parker versus Dallas Keuchel. So battled the lefties here. Normally, Milwaukee hits left. I'm not going to use pitching here. I can already tell you I will not be using pitching here. I'd rather just focus on the bats against both of them. Mitchell Parker coming in, 7,500 splits. Has not faced Milwaukee this year. Coming off a good start and then a few middle of the road starts there. I'm off of Mitchell Parker. I don't want anything to do with Dallas Keuchel. I can pretty much tell you that. So the bats that I would use on both sides. Washington, I love as a stack. C.J. Abrams batting 295. I'm getting C.J. Abrams in there. Lane Thomas, I love. Harold Ramirez, if he's starting, I do not mind him at all. We've got Jacob Young would be a cheap option, batting 287 against lefties. And then if you want to get in James Wood, I don't mind, but he is only batting 182 against lefties. Flip side of that, Milwaukee against lefties, having never faced Mitchell Parker, but lefties. William Contreras batting 345 with 2 bombs. Great numbers. I don't know if he's going to hit a home run, but I would not be surprised if he goes over 1.5 bases if we want to take that bet. I don't mind that. Rhys Hoskins, I don't know. Usually he's good against righties, but he's only batting 185 with 4 home runs. So that's a cheap option. Blake Perkins you could look at. Christian Yelich is batting 326 with 4 bombs. So depending on the Willie Adames is another one. 218 batting average, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. But again, not always about home runs. It's about getting on base, which we can look at that. So we look at those numbers. I don't mind stacking in here. I think I like Milwaukee a little bit, but I also like Washington as a stack too. So I'm fading both of these pitchers. Then I believe, yeah, so this is the start of the main slate, which consists of 5 games. But before we get into that, the sponsor of this video, brought to you by Outlier.Bet, and we are going to have an entire video about them with Pitches Be Crazy later on. But Outlier.Bet is the first sports betting super app, so it brings everything together. So if we want to look at just different ways to go about it, start betting, click into it, check out Popular. So these are all from Friday, but trending parlays. You've got trending parlays on the websites they're on. So they have Fanduel, BetMGM, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesars, Bet365, Prize Picks, and Underdog. They have a ton of information there for you guys. You can check out NBA or WNBA, MLB. You can look at props. You can look at strikeouts. You can look at positive EV. You can look at boosts. So what I love about this is if you're always looking for a boost of some sort, they show you what boosts there are. So the best ones were ESPN Bet, Adolis Garcia and Alec Boehm to make the semifinal in the 2024 Home Run Derby. You can check those out. Boosted from plus 400 to plus 450. You can check out all of this information. You can dig into the games. You can look at, let's say, for instance, let's go Dodgers at the Tigers. It's okay. You got player props. They're not out yet. But if you want game lines, you can see Dodgers. They've actually been struggling lately. But let's say Detroit, for instance, they are actually 70% their last 10. So you want to look into that a little bit. So their last 10, how many times they've hit the money line. Their last 20, their last head-to-head, if they faced them. 2024, 48% win rate against them. 2023, you can dig in, you can look at it. You've got odds timelines. You've got the matchups, starting pitchers between the two teams, what their record is, earned runs. You've got batter stats. You can go BVP if they've ever faced them before. Like I said, this brings so much into it. All these different websites. You would be going to 5, 10 different websites to find all this information. They've put it in here for you guys. You can go the money line, depending on which one you want to go to. You can add it to your picks. You can do it all. Outlier.Bet, Apple Store, and on the website. If you guys sign up, the link is in the description of this video, but if you sign up using our link, you get a 7-day free trial. If you go ahead and sign up for a $30 monthly pass for them, email us with a screenshot of you using our link, and I can make sure it correlates. You will get a free month of FTA Plus on top of that. But if you go with their pro package, $130 for a month, you're going to get 7-day free trial. You're going to get a month of their pro package, and on top of that, we are going to give you a free year. That's right, 365 days, a free year of FTA Plus on top of that through Outlier.Bet. So again, they are our sponsor. They are paying for these videos for you guys. Big things coming in. I cannot wait until we get to NFL season using Outlier. So go check them out, Outlier.Bet. The link is in the description. So we are on to the main slate, which is 5 games. Let's take a look. Minnesota, San Francisco, Simeon Woods Richardson, never faced him before, versus Hayden Birdsong. So if we look at this, they're right next to each other down here. 348 for SWR. It's in San Francisco, so it is a pitcher's park for sure. But the problem is his ERA is actually a little bit better. But again, for his price, he really hasn't hit a ton of value. You need at least 2.5 times, but they've dropped him down a little bit. Tournaments, I guess I don't mind him. Problem is, 6 innings is what you're looking at. He's actually held them basically, well, if he had one more inning, that would have been a quality start. But he had a quality start against Houston, who don't strike out a ton. 4 strikeouts there. Tournaments, I'm okay with, but it's not a sexy name. I don't think you're going to get a ton of strikeouts there. Just depends. That's for Woods Richardson. But then if we go ahead, we look at Hayden Birdsong here. 4.40 ERA is a little up there. 5.79 ERA at home, which is wild because it's a massive pitcher's park. Really has not done a ton. 1 good start against Atlanta and then 2 not so much. I'm probably not using pitching in this one. Again, anything can happen. Anything can pop up, but I'm probably not. But if we want to look at bats in this game, Twins bats against right-handed pitching. Carlos Correa, if he's in there, batting 311, 8 bombs. Jose Miranda batting 356, 7 bombs. You've got Max Kepler batting 254 with 5 bombs. Carlos Santana only batting 224 but has 7 home runs. And then Trevor Larnach, 238 batting average, 9 home runs out of him. If we're looking at San Francisco bats against right-handed pitching, not a ton. We got Fitzgerald at 303 batting average with a home run. Matt Chapman, 214 batting average, but does have 9 home runs against righties. Tyro Estrada, 236 batting average, 7 bombs. I do like Patrick Bailey if he's in there. 7 home runs, 282 batting average, 27 RBIs, 806 OPS, 18.4 K percentage there. So I'm probably off of the pitching here. I'm looking at the bats. You're not going to get a ton of home runs in this ballpark, but it does give extra base hits in the gaps here. So I do not mind them at all. The keyword of the day is kites. Kite, K-I-T-E-S, kites. So, next game, Atlanta. We've got at San Diego, which is a pitcher's park. So we've got Reynaldo Lopez versus to be announced, which it should be Dylan Cease because he last pitched on Saturday. And they have him here, and he's the most expensive. But that does scare me because he is $10,200. And you guys know, or if you're new to the channel, we're not excited about teams or pitchers that have a $10,000 price tag because it's very hard to hit 20-plus fantasy points to give you what you need. You got Dylan Cease, 138 strikeouts. They are there, 4.21 ERA. His ERA is up there. He faced Arizona on Saturday, or on Sunday. He played on Sunday. 22.2 is okay. You would obviously want 25-plus if he's 10,000. He is now up, and now he's facing a Braves team that he's already faced them once this year. Only went 4 innings there. 9 hits allowed, 5 runs, 5 of them earned, only 5 strikeouts, 11.25 ERA. Not the best matchup here for him. I'm scared to use him. I don't like his price tag here. I'd probably rather look at the Atlanta bats here against him. So Atlanta bats that I would look at, Marcell Ozuna, batting 298 on the year with 24 bombs. Love those numbers there. Austin Riley would be another one I'd look at. Jared Kelenic. Love me some Jared Kelenic. If he is in there, I don't know if he will be. He should be anyway. Matt Olson, I mean, he's only batting 234 on the year. It's like a down year for Matt Olson. It's kind of weird. He does have 13 home runs, though. He has the second most on the team, but a low batting average of 234 is just kind of weird to see. So I don't mind. I'm probably not going to be using... I probably won't be using Cease. I think he's just a little bit too expensive for me, and that's kind of what I'll look at. Flip side of that, I will use Reynaldo Lopez. I do like Reynaldo Lopez. On my end, I'm avoiding San Diego bats today. So that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. I could be wrong, but those are my thoughts there. So I'm going to just fade Cease. He could have a good game. I don't know if I trust that or not. And we kind of look at that. So, going into the next game, you got the Mariners at the Angels. You got George Kirby versus Jose Soriano. Kirby coming in, 9,600, 3.22 ERA, has not faced the Angels this year. Mixed results, especially at his price at 9,600. A couple of games he did not hit value, then he has hit value. Tournaments I'm okay with, but the Angels are kind of sneaky sometimes. That's what's wild. I don't know if I'll have any exposure to the Angels, but they've got some batters that can hit. Angels wise, Kirby, they have not they haven't really hit him very well. But against right-handed pitching, Logan O'Hoppe batting over 300 with double-digit home runs against right-handed pitching. You've got Willie Calhoun batting 278. You've got Nolan Schanuel batting 255. You've got Mickey Moniak batting 215 with 5 bombs as well. All of Mickey Moniak just hits righties better. Tournaments, okay, I don't mind, but I kind of like George Kirby a little bit more than I do the Angels bats. And then Soriano coming in, 3.87 ERA, already faced them once this year. 6 innings, 4 earned runs. The strikeouts were low. I'd rather take Seattle bats. Love me some big dumper here. Big day for everyone. Thursday, 2 nights ago. Big day. He had a huge day, 2 home runs. A lot of people won a ton of money. You guys saw the video yesterday. We had multiple people win $800, $400. I saw someone win $2,000, which was awesome because not expected but very much appreciated. They sent some tips in my way. Just, some money. One person tipped very well. So you know who you are, and I know you don't want me to say it out loud, but thank you. That helps out a lot. So again, not expected, but very much appreciated. If you guys ever want to send tips, email me, Discord, I can let you know. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, I've got it. So that being said, hopefully Cal Raleigh, big dumper, has another big game against Soriano here. 11 home runs against right-handed pitching. I don't mind him. I don't mind J.P. Crawford, only batting 176, but would be a cheap option if you want to stack the Mariners. Obviously, we got to get in some J-Rod in here. Had a home run on Friday. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens again here. Rojas, 265 batting average, 4 home runs. I don't mind him. Luke Raley, 255 batting average, 9 home runs against right-handed pitching. I don't mind him in a Mariners stack either, but I'm not using Soriano. I will use a little bit of George Kirby here. Then the final game on the day, we've got Jose Barrios versus Yolbert Diaz. Barrios, 39 plate appearances, 20.5K percentage against him. Not a ton. Like, there's not a huge history, and he hasn't faced him this year. Looking at his splits on the road, he's got a worse ERA on the road. That does scare me a little bit. Not the numbers I would like to see. But Arizona is very up and down. Arizona against Barrios, no one has a home run. But against right-handed pitching, Jock Peterson batting 282 with 12 bombs. Christian Walker batting 251 with 18 bombs. I don't mind those two. Gurriel batting 232 with 8 bombs. I don't mind them. Corbin Carroll, I don't mind these guys. I don't know how much exposure I will have to Arizona, though. I probably am not using Barrios. Again, we'll see how the day shakes out, though, since it is the last game. And then the final pitcher for the day, Yolbert Diaz, coming in. Made one start last week against Atlanta. We used him because he was $6,000 salary. Came through at 18.5. 3 times value. 3.5 times value. Or over 3 times value is exactly what we needed. His price has gone up almost $2,000. That does stink. It's gone up $1,800. And he's going up against Toronto. If his price was down, like it was, he would make a lot of sense to throw in there to allow to pay up at other positions. I don't know if I like him today. Leo Jimenez, if you want to get him in there, a cheap option at 455 batting average against right-handed pitching. Vlad, double-digit home runs, 290 batting average. I like that there. There's not a ton that, Spencer Horwitz is another one. Ernie Clement, I don't mind. I'm not in love with the Toronto stack tonight, though. Let's just put it that way. Check out the cheat sheet if we want to stack there. Maybe we've got top 10 stacks for the entire day. We've got plays at each position. $10 a week gets you there. $30 a month. Check it out. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. And that is it. That is the breakdown of every single game, every pitcher, every batter that we are looking at. Now, we're going to go over the pitches be crazy real quick. We're going to dig in even more tomorrow with other pitchers as well. But these are the top 5 pitchers against teams that strike out the most on the year so far. Number 1, Jose Soriano versus Seattle. Seattle strikes out at a high clip every single game. It just depends. Not all. Now, here's what I'll tell you. This list isn't comprehensive enough to these are the only players you want. So that's why we have other videos to break it down a little bit more. But these teams are the ones that strike out the most. So number 1, Jose Soriano versus Seattle. Number 2 is Tyler Phillips versus Oakland. Number 3 is Seth Lugo at Boston. 4 is Christian Scott versus Colorado. And number 5 is Chris Flexen versus Pittsburgh. Now, not necessarily using any of those. Not necessarily not. But those are the top 5 against the teams that strike out the absolute most this year. Now to give you guys the top 10 batters for after 10,000 simulations for the entire day, every slate combined. And I was right. Jarren Duran, number 1. I said he'd be in the top 3. Got Jarren Duran, number 1. Number 2 is Aaron Judge. Just absolutely murders in this ballpark. I think he has 23 home runs in Baltimore. Number 3 is Shohei. 4 is Ellie. 5 is Jose Ramirez. 6 is Bobby Witt Jr., who had a home run yesterday. Judge did too. 7 is Marcus Semien, 8 Juan Soto, 9 Jazz Chisholm, and number 10 is Gunnar Henderson. Now, we're going to give you all of the 10 out of 10 matchup ratings here. Now, we've had as many as 31. We've had as low as 3 on any given slate. Now, these will change a little bit once other news and notes come out, lineups come out, weather, we get further into the weather. Those will change a little bit. But we got Jarren Duran, number 1. Number 2 is Jose Ramirez. 3 is Marcus Semien. 4, Juan Soto. 5, Gunnar Henderson. 6, Ryan O'Hearn. 7, Vladdy. 8, Lane Thomas. 9, Danny Jansen. 10, Brandon Lau. 11, Jesse Winker. 12, Randy Arozarena. And number 13 is Andres Jimenez versus Zach Littell. So if you want to see every single batter, 10,000 simulations, and then 20,000 later on, check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, FTA Plus, $10 for a week, $30 for a month. You will save some money with the monthly pass. We got player projections. We got simulations. We got Vegas odds, batter splits, BVP matchups, stolen base targets. We've got it all for you. If you've got questions or comments, get those down below. Good luck on this Saturday slate. Welcome all the new people. And let's bring home some bacon today. Peace.